I should now be online. Oof. The people are in chat already. Hello, chat. I have realized something just a few minutes ago. You know that how TV shows, they have a fairly ordinary first season, but then shit just has like a sort of power creep? And this happens with comedy shows too, where if in the first season of Supernatural, fighting an average demon is a big deal, and like in season 10, they fight God's sister. You have the same thing with comedy shows sometimes, where they sort of turn more and more absurd. And I think that with the election of Donald Trump 2 seasons ago, in America, we got the point where it's so absurd that it does not resemble season 1 anymore. So really that was just an executive decision by the producers, so people would remain interested in watching America.
Is America just one big television drama, comedy?
I mean,
it's a giant Truman Show.
The rest of the world does consider it such, I have to be honest.
Maybe we're all just under the control of aliens, and they're planning out our lives in accordance to a.
The plot of Metal Gear is actually reality, and it's controlled by the Patriots.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like The Sims.
Oh no!
I'm here today with Burger Krieg. No, that's actually me. Dr. Hospitaler, Master Stew, Salty, and the Neolutionist, who doesn't have his mic on, so maybe he's talking, but we can't
hear. Is the
him.
Bionicle guy from last time here again?
No, the Bionicle King, current Bionicle Lawmaster as he stands, is not here because he's a mod.
He was really cool.
He is really cool. I have a lot of very cool people in my moderation team.
I haven't actually. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I haven't actually seen the Bionicle stream yet. I wasn't able to catch that one.
You should be ashamed.
I'm also guilty of not watching it.
I know I am. I need to get around to seeing it.
I'm still trying to work out what the hell was going on with the Cthulhu video.
I mean,
that was accurate information, okay? Don't, you know.
Yeah, I fully understood everything going on there. Like, I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, basically. It's like, why am I even making this video? But people did seem to be surprised.
I came into the chat and asked, and they were like, it's German humor, mate, don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay then.
German humor, that's English humor. Boris, yes, I am a Call Me Carson fan. He's one of my favorite fucking channels on YouTube. I've been a fan since he had like 1,000 subscribers. Also, Yellow Cheese has just joined the chat. This is the rival Bionicle Lawmaster.
The true Bionicle Lawmaster.
Oh, is there a rivalry going on?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
Walking Warriors.
Is there a battle for the title of High Priest?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
dude, he called Pterodax Makuta. He's such a pleb.
Yeah, you tell him what you just said.
What he said.
Well, yeah, we both like Bionicle, so I guess we gotta fight.
Yeah, you were one of the cabal that got the Bionicle meme started on my server, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I was the first one to mention it, but we were sitting in Voice right before the live stream started, and I don't know why, but we were talking about Bionicle for some reason. Probably me, because big fan.
It sounds like the kind of thing you would bring up. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that suddenly like Walking Warrior got really into it, and Pepper got into it, and
then we all got really into it, apparently.
No, yeah, but the thing is, like, we need to make questions for the live stream, and we was like, well, did Matoro die for our sins, or was his death, for nothing?
Yeah, I recall that.
Spot, like, if you knew anything about Bionicle lore, that would be so nice, but I guess not.
I mean, now I know a lot about Bionicle lore.
You could have just asked them about the generic religious figure of the Messiah, but,
Well, Matoro is Super Jesus, so, he's Jesus, just that he has superpowers. So.
I mean, didn't Jesus have what we would currently consider as superpowers?
If I could turn water into wine, I'd be a fucking superhero. Come on.
I mean, you can with transhumanism, Burger.
No, Meteora can turn water into ice.
Well, you know.
That's.
I mean,
pretty-
I can turn
mean,
water into ice with the assistance of an evaporator, but you know.
It would.
I mean,
Yeah, my fridge can do that too. My fridge isn't a superhero. Therefore, water into wine is my benchmark for superheroism. Also, the whole resurrection bit, but I don't see how that is practical. When you
you
can
can do that with
turn-
transhumanism too, Burger. What, am
Now
I
you're
saying
thinking
that
with
transhumanism is just making everyone a superhero? I mean,
No,
I'm
no.
not necessarily saying that, but also
true,
yes.
You gotta understand that true transhumanism is turning every single human into a bionicle. A big, real-life bionicle.
No.
Probably
Come on,
I thought
also,
Bionicle were real size in their
No.
own universe. I'm lost now.
people will also turn themselves not just into furries, but also into anime characters. I just want to point that out. That anime characters
no.
will become a real thing.
Oh, no.
I do both.
Dude, the fucking. Oh, God.
I mean, that's not the worst thing people will turn themselves into.
Yeah.
No, they could be communists.
Ugh.
Yeah, they could be all at once. Very often they are.
Xander has joined the chat. Hello, Xander. Welcome to the show tonight.
They could be worse than furries and anime characters. They could become an editor at Vox.
What the fuck? I mean, come on. You can insult people by calling them furries, but editor at Vox, that's a bit much, man.
That's pretty cool.
I write for BuzzFeed should be like the new meme insult.
Hi from my work's broom closet, Burger. Hi. Why are you in the broom closet? Why are you not working, mate? Xander, I don't know if you're talking, but if you are, I can't hear you. Maybe you might.
Because he's part of the entitled generation of millennials who feel it's okay to listen to a burger stream at work.
I mean, I am happy with people listening to burger streams at work because that means people are watching my streams, but it'd be better if you put that money to good use and donate $20 a month so you could be part of this conversation while working. Just get into a profession where you have to wear a headset anyway, and then pretend like you're talking to people in customer service.
You
Isn't that what
start
most of
working
them
at
do
Vox.
anyways? They just
But it's
pretend they're talking to somebody.
No. You join the what's it called? Like Indian tech support.
You'd have to do the accent.
Hello, yes,
though.
I work at Windows. Please buy this thing on our website. Yes, look, we have a logo that says Windows. We're definitely not fake.
Please, police, do not read chat right now, because Xander just admitted to breaking the rules of the road. Yeah, everyone in the chat, please do remember that everything that is posted in this specific chat room is streamed.
Is monitored by Google.
Yes,
It
anyway.
is. Yeah, I was thinking about writing a swear word, but then I remember that you get demonetized for that. So
Yeah, don't swear, you fucking cunt.
fuck
Right, well,
off.
you see that Burger Krieg's videos got demonetized a long time ago because he's a rational human being and says things that certain people don't like.
But here's the
So
thing.
he's relying on patrons.
Here's the thing. My videos don't get demonetized very often. Like, the last one
Really?
got demonetized, but only like 5 minutes after it was released. The Antifa one was demonetized but got remonetized. I think there's someone working at YouTube who likes my channel.
Got a man on the inside.
That's really optimistic.
This is the thing that I think a lot of people mistake, is that when people get demonetized, that's the actions of usually a single member of staff at the representative company. So like when stuff gets flagged on Twitter or Facebook, one individual account getting banned and then unbanned is not necessarily the opinions of the entire company.
And it's just
A
like
trend can
bot.
definitely be drawn and said, right, well, this is how they're training their staff to do things if it's like an average, but yeah. And I say this as somebody who firmly believes there's a leftist bias among social media companies, but I can't like this one person got banned, my favorite got banned, and therefore communism is alive and well in the United States. Right?
Actually, I'm going to say it's not a left wing that is popular. It's whatever's popular with the kids that's popular, right? So if we had all been hardline conservatives, the entire media would be hardline.
You mean like it's happening right now?
Yeah, but like
Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't think that's not really. I don't feel like that's at all correct, because most of the millennial generation isn't like hardcore leftist. That's really just Silicon Valley, and they see that because every time they put out some SJW shit, it gets downvoted to hell. And who are the people who watch these YouTube videos and downvote shit to hell? It's millennials. You know, I mean, they're not. There's not. I mean, I did a video myself saying, "Oh, all the millennials becoming communists," which is not what I said, but people like to think that it is. It's just that there's more communists than ever before. But really, the thing that happened is that we became like social democrats, and companies just sort of didn't understand that the people who go to university and who are very loud at university are not really representative of the rest of us, because we're all really rational human beings, and
but that
minority.
Our big
that's
anime
like
titties.
That's the illusion is that we are all very left wing. Therefore, the media is very left wing to pander to us. However, generally speaking, there's no like political.
They're not even left though, right? Like it's like a specific flavor of postmodernism, right? It's not even like just broad. To say that they are left would imply that like they had different flavors going on, right? Because in the past we used to have what I think Dave Rubin refers to as the blue dog Democrat, right? And we had liberals were actually liberal and not just a word that was synonymous with far left now, apparently. Right, like there's not one leftist thing, but it seems more and more recently there's become this one very narrow idea that's like an offshoot of, maybe not, I'm not sure if it's an offshoot of postmodernism or it is exactly what postmodernism is, because I'm not well read enough to make that distinction. But yeah,
Postmodernism is more than just one thing. Like it's a lot of different things in a lot of different fields.
I've only heard of it in, you know, what's it called? In like painting and like art and all that shit, and I don't care about that at all. So
I mean,
it's just a buzzword at this point to me. So.
It is 100% a buzzword. I mean, memes like the nonsensical memes, like this very meme right here, that is essentially postmodernist, right? It is extremely ironic. Others, you know, there's also this post-irony thing. They describe Sam Hyde is sometimes described as post-ironic, where you no longer know if it's ironic what he says or if it isn't ironic, and is it really, and what? I don't really. It's not really. Are you sort of inside of a tin can? Is that what's salty?
Oh, sorry, I'm eating Chinese. Hang on, let me know.
It sounded
Is
like
the Chinese
noodle.
eating you?
No.
I mean,
If he has really
Yes,
like
the entirety of the Chinese population is currently eating me.
No, I had the same issue yesterday. So essentially, you just if you have very high input on your mic, it will pick up anything.
I think mine's set to auto, so it likes to decide that some days it can't hear me at all, and sometimes it's really quiet, and other days it's like,
More like set to autism.
oh boy, well that's a prerequisite for being in this Discord. So, hey,
Heyo!
Rude.
That was a joke on autism. Please direct all of your complaints to Philip DeFranco.
Actually, point him all Vex because he's an actual autist.
fun fact, I actually have been diagnosed with autism, so there you go.
I have people in my staff who were autists. I like autists. Autists are the best people, quite honestly. I've never met an autist that I didn't like.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're all pretty cool people, I think. Well, actually, no, I have met an autist who I thought was a piece of shit, but
There's a very big difference between people in general. I feel, and some autists, it's really I guess difficult to understand them because they're just so, I guess, so difficult to get into, to understand properly because they have such a different view on just social activity in general. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, it's sometimes
No, I know
difficult.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's just really different. Some people it's like just a little bit, and some people it's a lot.
Yeah, like I'm a little bit autistic. I had to kind of learn how to interact in social environments. Like for the longest time, I was super socially awkward, and I like couldn't talk properly to people. But I just kind of
I know that.
I had to kind of learn to. I had to like watch people be social and kind of take notes and learn how to behave.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. I heard that many autists sort of work out what sort of facial cues and body language is like a dictionary type deal where you analyze it more critically and analytically, whereas other people just understand what's going on without consciously knowing that this specific way of holding oneself means this specific thing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. I just had to like observe people like how I observe like to observe like reptiles and lizards because I loved pets. I'd like
Ironically,
observe.
psychopaths also do this.
Ooh,
What psychopaths observe human behavior in order to better mimic it
Yes.
and manipulate it. Yeah. But so do psychologists, and so do Jesus.
Take
was Jesus an autist or a psychopath? You decide in the comments below.
No, but
Oh Jesus!
I don't know if I missed a bunch of this because I went to go and get a drink. But something brought up with the idea of behavior representing itself as a like outward change. Why is it that people think that when you turn gay, your voice changes?
Because I think it's.
I say
very
this
often
as a
just-
kid who has not the regional accent for where I am, and therefore is accused of being gay my entire life at school. So
I think a lot of gay guys just sort of play into the stereotype.
because I mean, there's everything from the Dave Rubin, who you couldn't tell, to the Alan Carr, who is just fabulous as fuck.
I was thinking about Alan Carr when you said that.
I mean,
He
if you
has
ever,
the stereotypical gay voice, but yeah, it's just frustrating that people are like, what?
I mean, if you go to like one of those gay pride parades, like a lot of the
They talk
not
like
all,
that, but they put it on. It's not like it's like you take a cock up your bum and then suddenly your voice changes, right? Like,
I mean, how do you know?
look,
I
Christ.
think people.
I have
noticed-
spoken to many gay.
I've noticed. I think people just have a tendency to want to kind of identify as a kind of group, almost, or demographics. That's probably why they do that. Just
I
kind
tried
of fit in
to get
bit more.
a goth on a Tinder-like service to explain what it is she got out of the subculture, and she had never really examined this herself. It was really interesting.
Subcultures
You know,
are
there's
pretty
people.
great because they're going to replace.
I wasn't
cultures
suggesting
eventually.
it was bad, but
Oh
like,
no, I didn't suggest that you were
asking her if
suggesting.
she understood or could explain to me what it was she liked about goth culture, but just obviously my understanding of anything of that nature is it's a way of seeking validation from a group or individuals that you respect, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's how that works, I think. But what specifically she got out of it, and in which what caught my attention, and this might get Berger in trouble. Is all right. So the notion
About
that you do
anime?
anything about your appearance for yourself. You know the people who claim that they put like makeup on and stuff for themselves,
Yeah, they do.
and like you have a poor understanding of evolutionary psychology. Like,
I
I'm
mean-
cleaning my glasses. If you can, that's what you can hear. But
The question
Like-
is, if I mean, you want to look good, and when you look good, or when you feel like you look good, you're more confident and you feel better. So you can sort of say that you are doing this for yourself
Yeah,
because you
but
are.
the underlying cause is because your
Yeah.
serotonin, your neurotransmitter system is saying you look good, therefore you are currently capable of attracting a good mate, which makes you feel better because it's kicking dopamine out into your system.
But you feel good.
But you do feel good as a result of putting makeup on, so I can get why people might just end the examination there and not go any further. But it does always interest me that people don't understand some very basic concepts about how we are, right? Like, and particularly when they go on to make important decisions, not knowing this information, like they just go their entire lives without really thinking about it.
I think people don't really get formally trained on social interactions, really, or educated. They just kind of pick it up as they go along. At least for me, that's certainly the case.
Yeah,
I
can say this as somebody who had to pick this up a lot later because I'm on the autistic spectrum, and had a terrible time at school, and then later kind of developed it at work, a lot of my social skills.
Yeah, that was the same story for me, because I used to be extremely socially awkward as a kid. I still am a little bit now, but I'm way better as an adult because I've had to work through it, essentially. So that's kind of how
dealing with the public makes you realize that you don't need to have respect for the people.
You need to learn how people work. Yeah.
Because people are fucking weird.
People are weird and scary,
and I don't know why they make all the weird
and you don't have to listen to them. That's the other important thing. Yeah. Somebody can say that you're an idiot, and that's not actually true just because they said it. I used to have a really big problem with people swearing in my vicinity because I used to think that swearing meant that they were really angry, because that's the only context I'd ever heard swear words in.
Shit.
So
I'm extremely relaxed with swearing.
I know that now. Now it basically just doesn't care. But whenever somebody would say the word like fuck, I would get really like, oh my god, this person's like on the edge of hitting somebody. I need to like, no, please. Like,
see, I equate swearing now, at least with a certain tone that they say it in, as the person's really chill and relaxed and comfortable, honestly, because swearing is generally
anybody from sort of middle class and up appreciates that.
Yeah.
Normally, what you do when you're talking to somebody you don't feel comfortable around.
There are studies which correlate swearing with honesty. So people who swear a lot are more honest. Also, chat. I am reading the YouTube chat. It's just we have this. I mean, this is not a Q&A stream, so I'm probably not going to answer many questions. Maybe one that I will pick out.
Well, I mean, he can throw questions to us, and we'll all do it.
Oh,
it might be a thing.
If the conversation
we'll do a round table.
I'll look into the chat and sort of.
I need to go actually look at the YouTube chat. I didn't even like.
I'm looking at it.
Just jump in now.
I'm really frustrated by how we're like 2 minutes ahead of this chat, and
welcome to my life. Mateo Del Gallo, as the proper Spanish people would say. I also have a friend who is a psychopath, and I know that most psychopaths are just normal people, really. They behave normally, and they're pretty great, but there's also the ones who don't. And they're a problem.
Well, the issue, I think, that some people have, or at least... Well, other than the lack of empathy, which can cause them to be more aggressive because they may not understand the implications of their actions on others, or they don't have the necessary underlying circuitry to know to like, I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me, so I shouldn't do that to them. And in reality, that's kind of how the world works a lot of the time nowadays, since we don't really interact much with each other's lives anymore. Bad people don't have so. Yeah, but most people have a sense of empathy that, to the extent that they try to treat people the same way they'd like to be treated themselves, because past experiences have taught them that when they were a shitlord, people were shitty to them.
Hold on a second. I need to yell at my dogs. I'm gonna
bark. Assert your dominance.
Where I was talking with fuck up, or I'm gonna send you to the Chinese restaurant down the street.
Where I was originally intending to go with that was that I may have seen, or I may be imagining this, studies that suggest that a certain amount of psychopathy is actually incredibly helpful at climbing the corporate ladder.
Oh, yes.
And that a disproportionate amount of CEOs are psychopaths.
It's also very helpful in some care professions. Where if you fucking like a paramedic who works in an ambulance and who can, that's why I mean most paramedics and like firefighters and shit, they have very dark humors to deal with that kind of shit, but it also helps to be a bit psychopathic because you just don't really care and you can help people without being destroyed by it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other thing is that a psychopath is more likely to not get overly emotional with the person, which can then lead to, because if you empathize with somebody who's dying, you get stressed and then you make mistakes, and then so it's also possibly a good talent in doctors where you need the patient trying to tell you one thing not to cloud your you would at least hope better judgment of the situation.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
are you on about being overly empathic? Is that what you're on about now?
We're talking about psychopaths and things that psychopathy actually is helpful for, rather than, just...
Especially if you're a doctor, it's probably quite useful.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I mean, is there a good distinction between psychopathy and sociopathy? Are they just the same thing with different names?
There is, and also there isn't. It really depends on who you ask and in which year you ask them. Because 2 years ago, a friend of mine who knows about, he's not a trained psychologist, but he understands a lot of psychology, said that it was two different things. And then later, he said that they were the same thing, and then someone on the internet said that they were different things, and the other person said they were the same things. Essentially, what I have come to see as the difference between psychopathy and sociopathy, because you have to pick one, is that psychopathy is just a thing that's wrong with you from the beginning, whereas sociopathy is sort of antisocial and socially detached behavior that is mostly nurture instead of nature.
Okay. So you could say the vast majority of customer service workers are quite likely to become sociopaths. I say that and I joke, but there was a study quite recently that retail staff and service staff, and I guess fast food are under the same thing, are more likely than the general populace to develop schizophrenia because of the two separate personalities they employ throughout their daily lives. Right? Because they're one person at work and they're another person outside of it, and the two clash and become their own psyche, their own... I don't know how you describe it. Their own psyche, I guess. They are two different, distinct things that they are when they're at work and when they are not.
I mean, if you have a predisposition toward that kind of thing, you probably that's an environment that
customer service work would break you and make you fall in. Yeah, not so much that retail workers are more. It's just it breaks people to the point where it happens.
I've heard horror stories from a lot of people who work in that kind of department, and a lot of them are just super fucking miserable. They customer service in general, you're about as likely to get a call from someone who's polite and respectful as you are someone who's some old fuck who's screaming at you for not being able to fix their...
I want my Picard pinwheels!
I don't know how the iPad works.
Earlier.
See, how do I turn off my dad?
How do you turn off your dad?
My dad has we have a music system in the house, and my dad will try and work with fucking iPad, and he keeps he doesn't understand how to use the touchpad a lot of the time, or how to back out of things, so he'll always get super mad, and I'll just, Dad, here, I'll just take it, I'll press one button and I'll give it back to him. He's there you go. You didn't need to start screaming and threatening the iPad with death.
So Penumbra and Wolf says that psychopathy is acquired through trauma and sociopathy is a born thing. That's the precise opposite of what
your current understanding.
Yeah. And at this point I've heard so many people saying so many different things, and all of them were actually qualified to say something about this. And I'm just gonna stick to my thing, whether or not it's correct.
I did psychology in high school, and I think it's the one the Wolf guy said. I think that is the correct one, but then it's only high school level psychology. It's not. It is nothing incredible. So, and as
people said, apparently in the studio chat are saying this is the salty stream. I'm okay, well, donate £20 and tell me to shut up. Right?
No, the guy Xander donated. He does donate £20. You can tell me to shut up.
I know exactly. I was saying get in and tell me to shut up. Then
that's why I'm shitposting so hard in the studio.
Shut up.
Hey. By my powers combined, we can summon the mods.
The Neolutionist says in Super Chat, Salty said for you to tell him to shut up.
I guess I'll mute my mic. This is how this works. People will pay Burger.
Yeah, we have to mute Salty now because, for $20. Basically, this cancelled out his Patreon. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna fucking mute him. Oh no, why are you... Oh, you muted your own mic as well, and now you're still muted, even though I also muted you. So, I mean,
did you really?
I did actually mute you. You can see it on the screen in a couple minutes.
I see. Wonderful.
Yep, this is what happens when you give me money, people. I mistreat you for people who give me more money.
Burger is kin with the worst of game developers. Yeah. It won't be much longer before Burger is selling, like, donation loot boxes where you roll and it will give you either nothing or the ability to mute one of the people in the chat for an hour.
Discord chat loot boxes. I have actually... There's a server game that I played a while ago that I'm considering getting on the Discord.
Oh no.
A forum game. Oh. It was this thing where you had like playing cards. Imagine it's like Magic the Gathering, and there's like card generation tools with which you can come up with cards. And then you have a card and you just make a card up and you post it in chat. And the next player plays a card that plays against it. And so you can do all kinds of weird shit. It's just mostly to see what kind of weird and fucked up cards people can come up with. And I've always tried to get that going in different forums and communities that I've been in over the years. I'm considering doing that now on my Discord server because I always failed.
Hey, I'll be up for that. Just make it not safe for work.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I am Lootbox, asks Adam McWaters. Adam McWaters, you now have a loot box. Give you a Burger Creek loot box. That being said, there is merch in the works, and it's pretty good looking.
I'm imagining a service in which you donate to Burger, and then an automated system sends fast food to your house.
No, can't you have like your merch is all loot boxes, and you have like a certain chance to get a T-shirt, or you just get a coupon from McDonald's?
That's what I mean.
That's fucking dark.
Like, donate to Burger, and then you will receive a random burger from a nearby fast food company that delivers.
I have this this thing. I want to post this in VIP chat. This is one of the designs. The other one isn't quite done yet. And I also want a third one, but that one's going to launch later. And there is also a Bionicle design, sort of in the conceptual phase.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. We're losing him to the Bionicle subcommunity.
This is one of the shirt designs. Because I am a huge fan of yerba mate soft drinks. Which I highly recommend everyone drink because they're fucking brilliant. They're like coffee, but better. And they're like Coke, but with less sugar.
I don't know what content...
if I don't like coffee or Coke?
Same.
I don't know how much caffeine 28 milligrams per 100 milliliters is, but it seems kind of extreme.
It's more than coffee, yeah. It's a lot.
Which means there is quite a lot in a 500 milliliter bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not enough to kill you, but a couple bottles will do the trick.
Will hospitalize you. Got it.
Yeah. No, I really enjoy this stuff. Like, I have to limit myself to one of these a day because I have to tempt myself.
You should get them to sponsor your YouTube channel, stroke stream.
So this is why
people can get a 10% discount code by typing burger in their website.
This is why be honest, buying more of these if you have one a day. That's a lot.
No, I mean the ones that I drink. Give me a moment. I'm gonna get one.
And then we have to wait 2 minutes for it to show up on stream, right?
Yeah.
I can't actually afford the good ones. I really want the Thomas Henry Mate things, but the classic one is Club Mate, which you can also get in North America now. The one that I have here, that I currently drink this one because it's fairly cheap and it doesn't have too much stuff in it. It doesn't have a lot of caffeine. I don't know if they even write. Yeah, this one has 22 milligrams per 100 milliliters, so that's a bit less. But I have to I drink this in the morning like other people do coffee, and I should only drink one of these per day because there was a time where I would drink like a liter bottle of this. Like 3 of them a day.
Burger's energy drink phase was intense.
This is like energy drink for hipsters, because energy drink is disgusting and ultra sweet, and this tastes bitter. Like yerba mate soft drinks and yerba mate in general are fucking disgusting. It's like it's an acquired taste,
So you're telling me it's like beer for kids?
No, it has like a herbal bitterness. It doesn't have a hoppy bitterness.
I feel attacked. Are you mocking my? It's only when I survive the nights.
You what? I'm attacking your what now?
You're attacking my energy drinks.
Oh, okay. What do you drink though?
Battery usually.
You're not supposed to drink those. That's acid. That really bad.
No, it's the energy drink. That's a battery. Come on.
Okay. No, I'm British, so I have absolutely no idea what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm used to my rock stars and my Monster and my
Why are there so many different kinds? There's in the supermarket that I go to, there's a whole shelf full of different kinds of the same brand of energy drink. And they're all disgusting.
I don't know.
I hate every single Monster. I hate every single Rockstar.
I tried a Rockstar once, and I at a concert, and I'm just like, why do people fucking drink this shit? It's like garbage. It tastes like fucking ass.
Oh yeah, this is why I basically only drink battery, because it's the only one that does not taste of pure sugar.
I used to be into them because when I was younger, I was in like the skating kind of subculture, and they all chugged it like it was nothing. So that's how that happened. But it always used to give me like hiccups. Like I cannot drink any of them without developing like the worst hiccups.
Sorry, is it just something people do because it's like cool? It's like, hey man, you try out this new energy drink. It's like what all the cool kids are doing these days.
There's a brand of energy drink in the UK called Pussy, and it's just the funniest thing.
There was one that I drank when I was like 14 in Poland that was called Burn, that isn't allowed in Germany.
That was good.
Actually really that was like the
early that we have that here too.
That's actually pretty good, that one. But I feel like there's like, when it comes to foodstuffs that we have explored every variety of, you have number 1 is cheese, and then immediately it's energy drinks. Like there's nothing in between. Maybe after that you have sausage, but there's so many different kinds of energy drinks. It's fucking horrible.
I feel double offended now.
I feel like just energy drink for adults is just coffee, and that you drink energy drinks for a weird phase of teenagerdom. Like, actually, I take that back. I have managers who really like Red Bull. I guess Red Bull's also the adult energy drink. They were sued because it didn't actually give a guy wings, by the way.
I think I heard that.
Their advertisement does claim that it gives you wings.
It's really dumb.
I mean, what lawsuit nowadays isn't dumb?
That's true.
I mean, I can list a few actually, because that was a stupid overgeneralization. But anyway,
dumb.
No, I was referring to lawsuits that aren't dumb. There's a case going through that blanket voiding of warranties for trying to repair a console via a third-party repair service shouldn't be a thing, and is actually already illegal, but nobody can afford to sue them because lawsuits are expensive. But yeah, I think that did I just kill it? I killed it. Good.
No, I'm just this fucking meme.
You want to know the story?
Wait, what?
Okay, dude,
so I'm in a channel that just has surreal memes in it, and this would belong in there.
No, let me explain. Okay, there was I'm on this Facebook page about or Facebook group about Patricia's music. quote unquote did music, and we had them on, make an album. The third picture you find on Pinterest, the first quote you get on like wiki quotes, and I got this picture, and I just I don't know how, but I found this on Pinterest. It was like the third picture that came up, and I posted it in, and I don't know what the fuck I called it. It's like Dirty Ram, Rick Astley, or Dirty Ram.
What?
I got a lot of likes though.
This could actually be the actual cover of a modern comedy rapper. It's like how Rick Ross took the name of Rick Ross the gangster. Somebody could take Rick Astley and do rap music, like surreal rap music.
Oh, dude, have you heard Clowncore?
No.
Oh, you could love Clowncore. It's like it is like you take jazz and grindcore and combine it with like classical, like funny sounds, like the air horn, the fart noise.
I fucking hate air horns. Every time I hear an air horn, many of my neurons just sort of die.
And it just I'm gonna post the cover of one of their albums. They had a new one this year, by the way, but just I fucking love these guys. It's
they
so
look
ridiculous.
like serial killers.
Dude, they have music videos that were promoted on MTV, like YouTube channel for MTV, and they play their music while they're both sitting inside of an outdoor toilet. This type of toilets you have next to construction sites. They sit in there and they play their music. Yeah, like their entire album. They played inside that. It's incredible.
What the fuck?
Oh, I love Clowncore.
I put a Johnny Vegas in VIP chat yesterday, and people were shocked that such a thing can exist on television. There's literally fucking Johnny Vegas had a show on television that ran for one season because he deliberately tried to make it a show that would only have one season and never get picked up again. And it starts with him doing audience participation and almost always sexually assaulting a member of the audience. Right? He would go to like an interview section covered in blood. He would have his audience insult the people he interviewed. There was one thing where he had a former MEP for UKIP, and the guy danced in like a tank, and audience members put fish on his head.
What?
Dude, I like absurdist humor. This is a level above me, even.
It's so
What
funny.
year was? Was
2005.
How many?
That was 2005.
Okay.
So it was almost 20 years ago.
How many episodes did that get? Was
6.
it like on? Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Wait, did you just say it's 2005 and almost 20 years ago?
I mean,
Come on. It's 13 years.
13 years, 20 years, 30 years.
I'm 21. I know this. Come on.
I'm 23. Time flies when you're as old as I am.
Time doesn't fly at all when you have transhumanism.
Oh yeah, that's true. Can't wait to turn myself into a bionicle.
See, people always say that time flies as you get older, but I have found that that's not really true. It was true for a time where I was doing the exact same shit all the time, but now that I do a lot of different things. I work on a lot of different projects, and I function on a lot of different levels, like the expanding brain meme. And there's always a new meme every week, something new to stimulate my intellect. I haven't felt time compressing at all because the memories are distinct enough, so my brain doesn't just go, "This is all the same shit."
Yeah, maybe that whole thing of like. Time flies when you get older is just because a lot of people, when they get older, they just get stuck doing the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Every single day. And all that is just it's not because you're getting older. It's just because you don't do anything at all with your life.
I mean, you know, or you could be very successful doing the very same thing over and over. I mean, that happens.
Where's Swan?
500 IQ. Yeah, we were talking earlier how once you have reached a high enough level of IQ, you no longer need food and can you sustain yourself on anime.
Well, that would be my life. I already sustain myself 50% on anime, 50% on history, so you know.
I don't like I don't like people. What the fuck, dude? What is no?
That's one dab.
Oh my god!
You say what it means?
What? The fuck? I like that Dab has now entered like the ironic, post-ironic phase, where like a couple months ago, if I did this on stream, people would unironically just unsubscribe. Now it's like, oh, he dabbed! How ironic! And in a couple months, people will just dab, and it's gonna be a normal thing, and it's no longer gonna be cool with the kids.
No, the thing that when did dab become? It was like 2016, 2015. The dab came. I remember that during the presidential election, you had, you know, the fucking CNN tweet about, like, Hillary Clinton dabs and nay-nays on the Dad Ellen show.
I still don't know what nay-nay is. The first time I learned about the dab was when Macron did it.
Oh, I know about it from the beginning, and me and my friends have been doing both the dab and, I had to do it to him posts. Those two things to each other, like, the last 3-4 years, or however long it's been, to a point where it's gotten beyond just being post-ironic. It's like our culture, our micro-culture.
I love how at some point there's gonna be a younger generation that looks at our memes the same way we look at boomer memes.
Actually, but one of the things, I want to talk about memes. This reminds me of my favorite video of yours, Burger, which is the Great Meme Drought of 2017.
Oh, I wanted to do another one of those because I feel like this year, as opposed... Last year was terrible for memes. This year was amazing for memes. Holy shit. Like, from the beginning of the year, I know that people don't like fucking... What was it, like the
Uganda Knuckles?
The red hedgehog anymore.
Uganda Knuckles. I have a T-shirt of Uganda Knuckles, by the way.
It was very short-lived, but boy was it quality. I knew at that point that, holy shit, this is gonna be... if this is our first short-lived meme of the month, 2018 is going to be amazing. And
I'm gonna actually... I actually want to fix that. It was actually a very long-living meme, but once it hit the public, it just got killed. But when it was only in VR chat, it was incredible. It
was amazing.
I had fun with that for like a month before it became oversaturated.
Rest in peace, Uganda Knuckles.
One of my I do say that last year was a terrible year for memes. One of my absolute favorite memes of all time, which was Big Shaq, actually happened last year. I remember I had like the tweet that what's this, Colossal posted, where a man is asked to describe a bus going up a steep hill, and you have that, and it's played back against a bus going up a steep hill. And then I went on vacation for 2 weeks and was off the grid, and I came back, and it was all the time. So yeah, that's unironically talking about memes. That's how you get the cool millennial kids. Dab.
That's how you get meta. Meta was a meme from last year as well, wasn't it?
Mattia wants to know what a boomer meme is.
Yeah, like boomer memes. I don't know. Like probably there's a.
I want you to imagine Minions mom, mom posting Minions.
Dude, I'm gonna get some political boomer memes for you.
Oh yeah, please post those in chat. I'm gonna show you what a boomer meme is, mate. That shit. This is... The 30-year-old boomer also is becoming one of my favorite fucking memes.
Yes.
What was that noise?
Especially with the fucking Monster Energy drink.
You only just saw that? Oh my gosh.
Comes full circle.
No, but I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like 30-year-old boomer. I'm talking about actual like boomer memes. Like
Memes from around the time, yeah.
Oh, that's actually.
We're gonna get. I'm getting a proper boomer meme.
Yeah, I
for
thought this was you, but actually it's Resident Ninja posting these and making them look like he posted them. This is a fucking boomer meme. So
of course, you could always defeat our Resident Ninja by using the Discord light theme like some kind of heathen.
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna do that.
No, never.
I believe Putin over my own country. Yes, I am a traitor, but my dumb supporters don't care, and I can do anything. They will still support me. This is like...
Also, if you want ultimate
boomer meme,
ultimate boomer memes come from Ben Garrison. Ben Garrison has the best boomer
shit!
memes.
There we go. Yes, Ben Garrison. Holy shit!
I like Ben Garrison though.
I like him for just how ridiculously bad he is.
There was a phase when I thought, okay, that this guy is sort of entertaining, but his shit just became more this kind of thing. It just becomes more and more absurd. Like I understand that it's like technically good, like he is good at drawing shit, but oh my god, political cartoons used to be so not on the fucking nose. I remember the political cartoon where it was just Bismarck stepping off the boat, and that was a political cartoon. And now you have this kind of shit. I mean, what even is this? Trump is gonna get swallowed up by this blue wave. You can't put a sign and then ban the oh, Jesus Christ. I also love how they fucking put their logos, their meme logos down there. Like, this even irritates when, like, you have a Grandi meme, and it says sort of Grandi as like fucking watermark. But for the fucking boomers, it's the half the fucking meme is the watermarks. And I can just imagine like some soccer mums going, oh yes, on Facebook, and like some fucking shit group with their friends. Oh, I made a new funny picture! Because they don't even know what the fuck a fucking meme is. Jesus Christ.
Also, I'm just gonna say, Ethan in the chat asked, where the channel name the Burger War, what that means? Isn't Burger Creek German for like Civil War?
Yeah, but you would put 2 dots over the U for that being correct. This is literally Hamburger War. That's just, you know, at some point, it used to be that my old internet username was Silver G. And when I was 14, I decided that was no longer cool, and I bought Minecraft, and I thought I can't name myself Silver G to come up with some good, and then the Burger Creek happened, and it actually was good. So
imagine an alternate timeline where you kept the name Silver, whatever the fuck.
That was my rapper name. I used to make music.
Oh, really?
God. Yeah, there's actually music made by me in like Magic's Music Maker that can be found on the internet.
Oh.
It's really not that difficult. What the fuck?
Oh no.
That was a burger inhale laugh.
Just put everything in there.
Dude, my fucking Twitter feed. This is why Twitter is so good. People talk about 4chan. Nah, fuck that. You gotta go on fucking Twitter.
Twitter does have some pretty good memes.
You don't get true boomer memes on 4chan. You only get boomer memes on on Twitter and Facebook.
But if you want to get them on Facebook, you have to join one of those boomer meme groups, and they get suspicious because they don't have anything to do all day because they don't fucking work or make something out of their lives. They just drive their kids to school and then take some fucking Valiums and, you know, sort of lie on the couch all day watching reality television while doing this kind of shit. But like on this, you get on Twitter, you get all the best of Reddit as well. They just have the bots. And when it's already gone through the process of deciding which memes are the best, that's what you get.
Oh, boys, you want to have... Oh, this is just fucking sad. Twitter has now permanently banned Alex Jones and the Infor accounts.
For fuck's sake.
Where am I gonna get my memes? That was like the best memes. Come on.
The best memes are memory TV memes, man.
Didn't the fucking guy who runs Twitter, I don't fucking remember his name, didn't he like...
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey. Didn't he say they weren't gonna ban him, or...
Not for the same reasons.
Yeah,
they just made up
they didn't want to be the arbiters of truth, and therefore they couldn't ban him for saying that he's conspiracy theorist. So.
But then they just kind of did it later when nobody was looking.
Yeah, now people won't roast them as hard. Yep.
Grumblo says, I'm going to be using that spacesuit for a topic at Philosophy Club. Thanks, mate. I always wanted to show the Amazing Atheist videos in my philosophy class, so I'm happy that people are showing my videos, but also, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that, man?
Which video is he talking about?
I'm not sure which space. I think it's the last, probably we need to become obsessed with space again, because space is literally the answer to all our problems, and space is good.
Yeah, I thought that, how you were talking about, like, how to make publicity for it, like, having backers and having their names written on like a plaque or something on the moon. I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah,
like,
I came up with that, so I want my name there.
Yeah, that's your original idea, Burger.
So
like,
NASA,
they have to come to you to use that now.
No, please do feel free to use that if Elon Musk, if you ever do want to put those names of your supporters on your reusable rockets, just make sure to put me on there also.
Yeah, you first.
What is this shit? Come on.
What?
There's just so much stuff going on in this picture.
That's like every single fucking video, every single Ben Garrison picture, just like bunch of words everywhere.
This is just like clutter. It's not even. I don't even know what's happening in this
image.
To
shove everything in there.
Yeah. Also, since we're let's do. Oh, is it too big? God damn it! Photo too big. Can I?
Fucking uploading, man.
I can just link it. We can do something. We can do peak Germany, boys.
Peak.
Let's see if this gets Burgernet in trouble.
I can't open it.
I'm not getting into this.
Wait, what is this?
I'm lost. I need a German. It's a bit like I need an adult.
It is.
This is even worse. Come on.
Oh.
This is one of the worst ones.
This is one of those, you know these like children's books where they explain the whole world to you, where they have like a world map with shit from all over the world. That is this.
Where's Waldo?
That is the vibe I get.
What was the map? I need to know what the map is.
Oh, the map is simply like it's like some it's some alt history shit. I don't know, some pan Germanism thingy.
I mean, in 1944, the German Empire was A, not that big, and B, didn't have that flag.
Yeah, I think this is more of like I don't know. This is probably someone making.
Is this an if Germany won map?
It might be Kaiserreich, but I'd have to double check.
It is not really Kaiserreich.
There's like
it might be like in
different kind of nostalgic people for old-time Germany, and there's the ones who are like Nazis, and there's the Reichsbürger, who often get conflated with being Nazis, but actually aren't. And they want like the Second Reich, Which, I mean, you know, slavery was illegal there, so that's something. I mean, I'd rather have the.
Hey, they made the fucking welfare state. Come on, welfare state.
They were decent for their time.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I'd rather live. And there's actually like conspiracy theory movements, and one of them is a very prominent conspiracy theorist in this department is actually a black German singer called Xavier Naidoo. And he is like they're sort of. I'm not the best person to explain this, but they think that the Federal Republic of Germany is not a legitimate government, and that because the Nazi government took power from the Second Reich, which it didn't, but because the Nazi government sort of took power from the Second Reich by proxy by taking the government that was the official successor government of the Second Reich, and the Federal Republic of Germany isn't the official successor government of the Nazi Germany. Apparently that is not. Could you delete that, please, before I make this picture small and it appears on stream? Thank you. Yeah, they're of the opinion that the Second Reich is still the legitimate rulers of Germany, and we should actually be following that system. Even though I think the royal family from that time is no longer a thing.
Well, so not at all like Taiwan. Okay, got it.
Oh, did you hear about how China is trying to build a fucking?
They were pulling down a lot of the infrastructure down that separates China and Taiwan, right? Or is it some other country?
No, they're literally trying to build a giant underwater tunnel to Taiwan. An underwater train tunnel to Taiwan.
I support.
Like, so they can get there faster? I don't want.
Supposedly, it's probably just so they can try and invade Taiwan.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, I don't think they have decent trade relations with Taiwan at all.
No.
So there's no other reason to build it than for a military application, really.
But the funny thing is that it's like the area between Taiwan and mainland China on the seafloor is like has fault lines, and there are earthquakes, and it's like all. I would be surprised if they would they wouldn't even be able to pump oxygen all the way through the fucking tunnel.
Yeah, they need a pitch stop somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
Well, because it's just so fucking big.
There's no point in doing that. Like, seriously.
No, the Chinese government is
You might as well build a floating bridge. That would be easier.
It's an infrastructure project.
In order to pump more oxygen into the tunnel, the Chinese government would need to build more artificial islands in order to supply the oxygen. Which the Taiwanese government might not be too happy about them building artificial islands. Like,
I mean, it's pretty obvious that the Chinese just want that shit to invade. So.
Yeah,
the Chinese don't care what the Taiwanese.
Taiwan actually have any treaties at all with other powers?
I don't think very many. There's like a handful of small powers that actually recognize Taiwan as an actual country.
But Taiwan has military ties, strong military ties with the U.S.
Right. Okay. See,
but the U.S. doesn't acknowledge them as an official country, though.
Not formally, no. But they have military bases and they have training programs together. And there has been, of course, Trump has made, or at least in the beginning, was talking about recognizing Taiwan, which made a lot of fuss. But
and the U.S. did recently invite. They had the prime minister or leader of Taiwan come to the U.S. to visit NASA, which was interesting. What is this?
I just want to point out that the tweet that I posted by Trump is actually a legitimate tweet that he did this very morning, and I posted this in general chat this morning as well. Like, this is something that he actually fucking said, because this is the universe that we live in. This one is unfortunately not real. Yeah, it's like what? It's literally what the fuck.
I want the second one to be real, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one. It's like that's a good diss to a dead guy.
Oh, it's just so strong.
I think it's just so fucking hilarious how Trump like was previously like bashing Kim and calling him like a little man throwing toy rockets or whatever the fuck, and now he's like fucking best friends with Kim. They're like going out and like eating fucking at McDonald's or whatever the fuck.
That's kind of the point, though. That's kind of the entire point.
Yeah.
I mean, it is good that you know, the relations are becoming cordial, and I do believe that Kim has a self-preservatory interest in dismantling North Korea as it currently stands. But holy shit, this is still funny.
Yeah, see, the whole thing is, like, before, he didn't have to respect Obama. He really didn't, because Obama wasn't going to do shit. He's not going to do shit about nothing. Trump is crazy enough and just fucking plain egotistical enough to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And Kim knows this.
I think Kim is not very familiar with the emotion of not being the most unpredictable player in global diplomacy.
Exactly.
It's like, normally he's the crazy guy with his finger on the button. Now it's just Trump. He doesn't even have to put his finger on the button. He can just make decisions that affect the entire world. And Kim cannot do that. So, yeah. And I mean, you know, I do think that North Korea will be dismantled eventually by Kim himself. But, like, imagine if Obama did this. Imagine if this tweet was POTUS Obama, right? Or imagine if this tweet was Obama just anyway.
I can't imagine that. That does just...
Oh, because he's a huge pussy. He would never fucking do anything to get Kim to do that.
He's sanitized when he used to do stuff. Oh.
It's funny to look at his election campaign, and he was like so like, you know, he was this like the symbol of change, and you know, he was the president who was gonna get things done, and you know,
the first black
so young, and the first black president, and all this shit, and then he gets in the office and he doesn't do anything.
Like the only
he doesn't even close Guantanamo Bay. He keeps it open.
Yeah, the only halfway decent thing that he ever did was the healthcare system, and it's really not a good healthcare system. So,
it's just like better than what they had.
Yeah,
he's the highest kill count of probably any Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, and also most drone strikes during his administration so far. Though Trump was probably going to overtake him just because they're just really into drone strikes now. The CIA and shit. No, you know, the military.
Yeah.
That, and he's got to be better. He's got to have a higher, score than Obama.
He's got to go for it.
Got to hit that high score list.
Holy shit, dude!
Oh, oh. What? What? What?
Actually, pigeon tastes very good. I just want to point that out. Pigeon is pretty delicious.
I still think the Goodbye Alejandro one is possibly one of the funniest memes of the previous year. Was it this year? This was this year.
I struggle a lot because I have a relatively new computer, so I don't have all my memes.
Oof.
Most of my memes are gone.
This is why I keep my memes on an external hard drive. So, when my computer breaks, I still have my memes.
Yeah, you gotta back that shit up, my dude.
You makes his memes illegal. He can have a concealable copy of his memes.
This is exactly why they create external hard drives.
What the fuck?
That's perfect.
Oh no!
What is with that inhale laugh?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I'm just scrolling for Twitter trying to find my old fucking
those ninja memes. Oh, bring the British Empire back. It'd be wonderful.
Fuck. You know, one of my, actually, unironically, one of my favorite songs is what's it called? The Incredible General by, you know, the one that Sacha Baron Cohen did. Fucking, I don't even, what's it called? Jesus Christ. And now I forget the name of one of my favorite songs on stream. But yeah, it's like, it's super racist and fucked up. And it's also so good.
Well, you've probably heard the what's Moon Man?
Oh yeah, but Moon Man isn't like a good song.
No, it's a good meme.
It's a good meme, but like the Moon Man songs aren't good songs. Like the shit that Sacha Baron Cohen does is actually good.
Oh, you want to get good memes?
You want to get some of these good memes?
No, good songs. I mean, have you heard of
90s new metal?
Can you not? Oh, what the fuck is it called? Oh, god damn it! Yeah. Oh.
Did anyone else think
the song about Rhodesia?
Did anyone else think that the Sacha Baron Cohen show at the end was a bit of a letdown? Because I kind of thought that it was.
What show is this?
The Who Is America? Like, it sort of got worse progressively. Like, even in the last episode, it had moments where I laughed. But, like, the first episode basically had me rolling on the floor. And then at the end, it was like, yeah, this is sort of funny. We can kill all...
I haven't watched it.
I've never seen the show before.
Obama can kill Americans at will with drones, but waterboarding is not allowed, only in America. If you hate America so much, you should run for president and fix things. Be careful! This is like John Oliver when he said, do it!
Do it, faggot.
Oof.
Yay.
Jesus.
I do have my old computer lying around. Should I boot it up and get some old memes?
Go deep into the meme archives of yellow cheese.
Memes of the past.
It's like you have the Svalbard bunker, and aside from the seeds, it also has all the memes.
Now, where's my old computer? Whatever. Oh yeah, I like this. No, the thing is, this is like things from 2013.
Oh boy.
Until
Will this fall under the Amy Schumer rule?
The what?
You don't remember. Never mind.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's in the money club. He can do Amy shit. I have.
Oh wow! It's been so long since I opened this computer. Jeez.
I have some old advice animals memes. Like this is one of my all-time favorites. This is a classic. It comes with a watermark.
Quick meme, dog.
This is, dude. Wow. I haven't opened this computer in a year.
Tools of the boomers. Quickmeme.com.
Holy shit! It feels so fucking unusual.
Sort of. Oh boy, this is this is like a late 2012 meme.
The vintage memes.
Yes, this is old.
Did you just search up? Did you guys just search up memes and?
There's so many gifs of the fucking Twin Towers getting wrecked.
I'm really excited how this ends.
Oh no. Oh.
Wow.
I can hear the fucking Spider-Man music. It has to be good.
No, but I don't know. I have opened this computer in a year. How the fuck did it play?
I love that song. I unironically listen to it sometimes because it's so funny.
I have VR. I have an actual video of it.
Boy, if Titanic destroyed the Twin Towers.
This is truly ancient.
Oh my god.
I was even able to look at how my Discord looked like a year ago. Wow.
Oof.
That is unusual. Let's see. Let's find the internet.
Let's find the internet. It's like a 90s kids show. Oh god. Why are there so many shows about people that sing? I don't know, people have a weird obsession with singing, man. I'm not into singing very much. Like, there's a couple singers where I go, fuck yes, like Louis Armstrong and, you know, Frank Sinatra. But in general, singing just sort of makes me uncomfortable. I can't watch a musical act that isn't in some way ironic without just sitting there and going, yeah, please don't look at me. This is really strange. So that's why I don't go to concerts. Would go to a comedy gig. Oh, holy shit, I wish Germany had good comedy. Like, German comedy is so bad. That like, you know... It's like the kind of thing that your granddad would find funny. But that's like the main headline act that fills Olympic stadiums in Germany.
Oh boy. See if you can link us somewhere for a German stand-up or whatever, and then we can all endure it together.
I mean, there's the problem is it's in German, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Heard Patton Oswalt explain his experience with Germany?
No, I didn't hear that. What happened?
He apparently he was visiting Germany. I can't remember for a show or whatever, but he was like, you know, I was making these really bad touristy jokes about strudel filling going through pipes and stuff. And he was like, the guide just wasn't getting it. Like every joke that I made, he would come back and be all like, "No, those aren't for strudel. Those are for whatever purpose it was." And then he was like, they drove by or they went by this club and it had all these, you know, laser pointers on the side of it, spelling out a word or whatever, like the name of the club. He made a joke about how there were so many snipers out tonight, and the guy was like, "No, those aren't snipers. Those are the laser lights that spell out the name of the club." He was
that is actually true.
They just weren't getting it.
I know people like, and also this is not just an old people. Holy shit! Holy fuck! This is dark.
I'm posting like 2013 memes, and this guy just comes in with too real.
There was this. This actually, I remember this also in high school, where you would just have people. You'd make a joke, and even the autistic kid laughs about the joke because they got it. But that's actually not, you know, because they just didn't get that you were making a fucking joke. Yeah, that happens in Germany a lot. We also have this really odd distinction between, like, Germany and cabaret, which is basically, between comedy and cabaret, which is basically, I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's the case.
Hey, you want some Lego Angry Birds?
Oh, please. I have a joke about Germany. If you have a Germany-themed theme park, you should name it Deutschland. I'll just show myself out.
That was... Is that just a prime example of German comedy right there?
No, I actually didn't understand that for like a split second. That's way too ironic and good for Germans. Like Germans Germans are too good for puns. They're like observational comedy. It's shit like, you know, when you go to the store and you buy milk, that kind of shit. And that's the joke.
Oh no, that's like ancient. That's like prehistoric comedy.
Your German comedy is not very evolved. That's the kind of shit that Americans used to laugh at in the 60s.
That does not deserve that kind of laugh.
I don't know why.
It's really so not funny. That funny.
But it came out of nowhere!
It's clearly part of a bigger word, and it's not that funny.
But that word is in there, though.
Ooh. That one's funnier. That one's way funnier.
Well, you can't spell bear sneaking up out of the water. The rapist.
Damn, these are some really fucking old memes. Holy shit.
That little bitch deserved it.
Wow.
So, here's actually one of my favorite meme trends of all time. These memes.
Oh my god. Now remember, Bert, deny everything. You didn't see the 20 school children, you didn't run over 20 school children, you didn't get out of the car and killed any remaining survivors with the lug wrench, and you especially didn't rape any corpses.
That meme format, I remember. I miss that so much.
He'd only rape the boy corpses.
That violated the nap. Like that, honestly, the bike stealing shit, like, somebody stole my bike, but I thought that, you know, he was happy with it and so it was nice. That's the kind of attitude that only rich people can have.
Okay, explain the nap. I keep hearing about it. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Please, someone explain the nap. Okay, so basically,
I don't know what it is either.
It's the idea that I'm not going to fuck with you and you're not going to fuck with me.
Oh, okay.
And ANCAPs just sort of believe that if they don't fuck with other people's shit, other people not going to fuck with their shit, and everyone's going to live in harmony.
The non-aggression principle, I believe, or PACT it stands for. So.
Okay, I'm going to go off this computer because it is not very good.
What is this shit?
It was a good time though, looking back at old memes. But just holding this computer weighs half as much as my current laptop. It is so fucking weird.
Is your current laptop made out of fucking cinder blocks or what?
No. My current laptop is a quote unquote gaming laptop because I like to play video games, but I also like to do it different places. So.
Oof. I don't like to leave the comforts of my home. When I do leave the comforts of my home, I don't want to play video games. Because I don't want people to find out that I play sort of weird anime porn shit. Full disclaimer, I don't actually play weird anime porn shit. That was a joke. I actually play Anno.
You know, we can check your Steam history.
Yeah, you can. That's true. I do play Anno, though, a lot. I've actually been going back to playing Anno 1404 because I really want to play Anno 1800. That's the number, yes. But it's going to come out next year, so...
I haven't played an Anno game since 1998.
That's probably the first time I played an Anno game.
Are someone actually looking at the stream currently? Looking at the questions they have, if they have any.
I am also sort of keeping an eye on the chat. To cabaret comedy, I rather like though, where you can still watch normal comedy without any leanings. Yeah, but like you could also just have like comedians that do political jokes and comedians that don't. I don't like the distinction. I think it's sort of not good. Berkeley, I haven't read this yet, so anything might happen. The white are told not to be racist all the time, but the irony is the most racist people are the Chinese. That was the insight the stream needed. When you believe that white's the superior race, but your cousin Derek looks super cute with his Wranglers on. What is this? Boy. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I was about to click on the little button. Does this happen to you as well, that Discord is trying to update itself all the time these past few weeks?
I haven't gotten that.
So, like, okay.
I've just been ignoring it whenever I'm in chat because it kicks you out of the chat for like 20 seconds or so while it does it.
Yeah. It's been frustrating.
Mine updates at the beginning of every launch. It doesn't try to update mid-use.
Oh, mine does too, but the thing is that I keep my computer on like 24/7. You know, I don't turn that off for the night. So it never starts over again, right?
It's actually probably should reboot because it gets slower, but yeah.
Yeah, I do it every now and then, but it's really not often.
I thought I was the only guy who was, getting Discord updates constantly these past few weeks because it's getting weird at this point. It's like they update it multiple times a day. What's even wrong with it?
Probably just little hot fixes here and there, maybe, but it seems like you wouldn't need to update the whole client for that, though. But I don't know.
Oh boy.
I think we've lost. I lost all the steam. I'm struggling to find any memes.
Is this? I don't know who this guy is, but I assume from this joke that he's some sort of pedophile.
Oh yeah, he is. He's like what's his name? Like fucking 69 Tension, some shit. He's a rapper.
Just 6ix9ine.
And he had sex with someone who's like 14 or some shit.
13.
So, even worse.
Makes it even slightly worse, yeah.
Well, I mean, not in Mexico.
Oof. I always think that I'm not a hater of like the modern mumble rappers and the dreadlock rappers, but there are some of them who are just very bad, and they're a lot more successful than they should be. Like I sort of like Post Malone, and I sort of even like Lil Yachty sometimes, but a lot of these cunts is like, where's your lyricism, mate?
Can I then quote the best rapper of all times, Uncle Adams? I want to get him in.
I don't even know who that is.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, that's what it is. Tekashi.
You haven't heard the glory of fucking Uncle Adams? Whew.
Well, I don't follow rap music very actively. Like most of what I get, my opinions are all from fucking Melon. Melon informs me about rap music. Yeah. I don't have my own opinions on it.
I don't listen to rap in general, but yeah.
Did you used to like Supernatural? Yeah, I do like Supernatural. Actually, my girlfriend and I are watching the latest seasons right now after she gets home from work.
Yay!
Okay, this is the last meme I'm gonna post because I'm tired of searching, and they weren't that good. So
yeah, I feel like the last few ones just sort of tapered off. Oh, fucking my balls are itching.
I know that feel.
What's with the Shadowrun memes now in chat? Lofi did nothing wrong. # justice for Dunkelzahn.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that Bionicle Shadowrun crossover. You said it once, and now I'm not gonna stop until we make it.
What did I say? What? I beg your pardon. What did I say?
We were talking. This was one of the other streams, and I don't know if we were talking Bionicle or we were talking Shadowrun, but for some reason we got that combination. And then you said it like a novel with a Bionicle Shadowrun I will never make. Something like you would never make that. So now we gotta make you make that. A short novel or short story, which is Bionicles in the Shadowrun universe.
You know, I do write fan fiction. mostly, you know, Shadowrun fanfiction. I published it like a Shadowrun fanfiction novella. I have written Harry Potter fanfiction in the past, and I still have ideas for very good Harry Potter fanfiction. But I don't like crossover fanfiction. I feel like that shit gay. Actually, the very first novel that I wrote was a Mass Effect fanfiction novel, and it was bad. It was better than most fanfiction, but it was still bad.
It was at least better than Mass Effect Deception. That thing.
It was definitely... You know, one of the reasons I wrote it was because I read Mass Effect Deception, and I got like a heart attack from it.
That's the one I haven't read, but I've heard it's so bad.
I stopped reading it. It's still in my bookshelf. I stopped reading it because it was so fucking bad.
I just love the fact that it was so bad. BioWare announced, we're going to release an updated, amended version of this, so we're going to patch books now. I've never heard.
And they never did. That's the best part. They just declared it not to be canon and then never fixed it. It was like, it was so against the law. It's like fucking as if in Harry Potter, literally they just got out guns loaded with spells at some point. Holy shit, that is dark. Holy shit.
Nah, his bones wouldn't be connected anymore.
Let's go with a Bionicle meme. Go with a bang.
No comments.
I mean, I would be in favor of this, honestly.
No.
Everyone should. If you're not in favor of this, you're probably a neo-confederalist.
Come on, even neo-confederates should be in favor of this. They could make a Robert E. Lee Bionicle. That's right.
Like how we're just looking at memes now.
Yeah, that's what
this evolved into.
Yes, used to be
quality.
Last week we had a very in-depth and scientifically relevant conversation about futurism and space travel, and this is what we're doing this week. Is we're looking at memes about kids who were shot.
I mean, I could start going on about fucking nerd shit, but I think that'd get boring as well, to be honest. So.
I can go on specifics about whatever thing you want in history, but let's not.
How many mistakes did how many errors did I commit in my Ernst Röhm video?
In your Ernst Röhm video?
Yeah, Röhm.
Yeah, I watched it, but I didn't focus on that. Is there anyone I can? I I don't really think much if it's like not very blatant. I think there was one thing though, something minor, but oh fuck. No, it's what I don't remember what it was. If I rewatched it, I can probably PM you to say you fucked up. But
I did sort of gloss over some things. You know that you can make a whole video about how Freikorps worked and how they, their legitimacy as military organizations and their whole.
Yeah, that's actually one thing you can do about it. The Freikorps is not a single unitary organization.
Yeah, there were several of them. I think I said that. If I didn't, that was
I think you did. But you later talked about them as a unity. When there were, there were like far left Freikorps and there were far right Freikorps. There was like in every single ideology you can think of, there was probably a Freikorps for them. Maybe it's only 2 guys and 1 gun, but they still existed, right?
And this is a classic. Oof, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that I did some mistakes because I just sort of, I knew that I wanted to make a video about Ernst Röhm, like I'm going to make a video about Aleister Crowley at some point.
Oh God!
I fucking love that. You know, my favorite Aleister Crowley fact is that he got a revelation by like an archangel, and he said, "You have to go to this island and build this commune and live isolated from the world so you could survive through the apocalypse." And he just sort of said, "No, I'm not gonna do that because I want to be outside and fuck bitches."
Dude, don't you know the conspiracy about, Aleister Crowley being the dad of, like, Bush Senior or some shit?
I beg your pardon.
There is this conspiracy that I don't know much about it, but I just know that in Vinnie Paz, he's like some rapper guy, a Muslim rapper. He makes a lot of conspiracy music, I guess. He talks about conspiracy theories, and he talks, George Bush, the grandson of Aleister Crowley.
Okay, Grant, because like for a moment there, fucking and
yeah, that timeline wasn't lining up.
Yeah, I mean, Bush was born in 1924, and Crowley actually Crowley died in 1947. It would theoretically be possible that, I mean, they were alive for a significant at the same time for a significant period of time.
Yeah, and that was in between his marriages.
I mean, they don't really look alike, though. Actually, no, they don't really look alike. This is going to become like one of the Fidel Castro. What the fuck? This is going to become one of the Fidel Castro fucking Justin Trudeau situation.
What, you think that's not true? Then
I actually, unironically, I do. I can. Yeah, I know that rationally, there's no reason to believe that that's true, but I just cannot get over believing it.
It's like, I mean, he doesn't look anything like his dad. He looks a lot like Fidel Castro, and his mom frequently made visits to Cuba to hang out with Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Justin
Trudeau.
Oh, that little fairy?
Well,
I fucking hate Justin Trudeau. He's a pretentious asshole.
Yeah.
I think so does most of Canada, to be honest.
Sleepy Doodle.
Not a lot of people
brought
like
up.
him.
Dude, if you want to see somebody professionally not answer a question, just fucking look that shit up on YouTube.
He's still on the campaign trail, not like he's an actual fucking leader of the party.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, dude, answer the fucking question. It was a simple question, yes or no.
He's
I saw
that's what the Canadian people deserve.
I saw one where it was in Parliament, and one of I think it was even a minister who repeatedly asked him a question, and he just didn't answer it.
No, there's like a 10 or 15-minute video of it's Prime Minister's question time, where they ask him, like the opposing side or whatever, it's just a string of people asking him the same exact question and him giving the same exact answer for like 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, I think that's the one I saw. Like this was ultra cringe. Like, what the fuck?
I got to minute 5 and I was like, there's 10 more minutes of this fucking shit.
Like, politicians, you have to have a strong mind for that shit.
India decriminalizing homosexuality. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that happened. I'm gonna get something that you, Yellow Cheese, are gonna be very happy about.
Cheese?
You hear that? You know that sound?
Gestapo's?
Crackers?
You're Swedish, you should know that sound.
I'm not Swedish.
Oh.
I'm Norwegian.
Oh, okay. Fuck you.
I'm not from such a garbage second world country.
They're the superior Swedish.
And like the Scandinavia tier list is like number 1 is Denmark, then Norway, then sort of Sweden, and Iceland is just outside of them.
Iceland is not in Scandinavia, so you know.
Well,
Denmark just fucked over Iceland majorly in the financial crisis, so that's nice. And I was going to say that Norway's better than Denmark because I've been there and I've been here, and I can guarantee it that you'd much rather be with people who can actually speak than people that have potatoes stuck in their throats.
But
God, fucking damn it.
Don't die.
Holy shit, I almost died.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh well.
But I could have. I've never, like, I get shit stuck in my throat all the time, but I can always still breathe.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
Yeah. Holy fucking shit.
I got. Hold on, I got.
The meme watching stream.
I mean, come on, this is like half of Call Me Castle's videos. He has like 300,000 subscribers.
He just posts memes.
I mean, don't tell me you're not enjoying it.
Oh, no, it's...
tremendously enjoying it. Also, thank you for finally speaking.
Yeah. I'm gonna show a really beautiful picture. I hope there's nobody with what the fuck's it called? Like when everything has to be perfect. Oh, OSD? No, what's it called when you need
OCD?
Yeah, OCD. Hope there's nobody OCD in chat.
I can't actually show this on stream because you can't play these videos in Discord, or can you?
You should
now watch this drive.
It was the government all along.
I fucking love that video.
You know, my favorite American politician right now is Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush. Is he doing anything right now?
Like the worst Bush.
He was fucking hilarious to watch during the election. How he was just like had like no charisma. He was like super passive. He was like essentially he just got pushed around by everybody.
Please clap.
And
he looks like a fucking. he looks like a ventriloquist dummy, for crying out loud.
I just made some nice borders in EU4 and I thought I'd share them. I know.
Damn, the Ottomans got yeeted in that playthrough.
This is like 1650. The Ottomans been dead for 100 years.
Jesus.
And I've never seen this before. Actually, this is.
God, I hate this. This is terrible.
See, this is how little I know about history. I have no idea what's wrong with this.
This makes me want to kill myself.
It's odd.
Don't you remember the Austrian invasion of Persia? And the reformation of Byzantium?
Why is Byzantium still there?
That's
awesome.
Wait, what? Why is what the fuck?
Okay. Is that Austria in the Holy Lands?
Have you played EU4 before?
No, I've played Crusader Kings.
Okay, now let me. You know what the Holy Roman Empire is then?
Yeah.
That works in EU4. There's a set of reforms essentially that you, as the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, can go through. That will make you centralize the Holy Roman Empire towards singular state, and the second to last point will make every member of the Holy Roman Empire your direct vassal. So what I did is I've just made a fuck ton of vassals in, you see Danzig, as the city of Danzig is a vassal that's eastern Lithuania, Kiev, which is basically Ukraine, Byzantium, Trebizond, Moldova, and fuck ton of shit in Western Europe. And I'm just giving them land so I don't have to pay for it. So they're gonna do an easy world conquest.
This is just so wrong.
CK2 is better.
This is...
And the lines are so that I can take forts, so I don't have to siege them.
This is the worst alternate history ever.
Oh, you haven't seen...
I love how Novograd's just still there, up there.
Novograd is my vassal, okay? I
Right.
annexed them, released them as a vassal.
Get all that money.
Yeah, dude. 150 ducats per month on income from vassals.
Pretty nice.
It's pretty good. Highly recommend this for your first game of EU4. Play Austria and do this.
I have
the...
EU4 and a lot of the expansions, and I played it for like 20 minutes, and then I wanted to die.
New expansion came out today, actually.
Yeah.
Dharma.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. We got 104 more provinces in India.
No, here's the thing, but like, seriously, right? I don't give a shit how memeable Donald Trump is. No Donald Trump meme will ever be as good as the meme of Jeb winning anything. Much less Jeb winning 100% of everything.
Could we imagine, just for a second, what would have happened, as implausible as it might be, for Jeb to have won? Like, just imagine.
Alt history. What if Jeb Bush won?
Alternate history. What if Jeb Bush won the American 2016 elections?
There's like just a gap. We had no president at this point. Nobody really knows. I mean, apparently we did, but nobody really found him ever.
No, and then I just have like a picture, and like the thumbnail is a picture of the entire world owned by Jeb, and your fucking scenarios that he just buys everything, and he makes everyone clap. So I'm now going to annex the European Union. Please clap. Everyone claps. He annexes the European Union.
We're like the ultimate dictator.
Please clap. It's such a good meme. Oh.
So like Jeb Bush is one of my favorite fucking memes. Did you see the picture where I look like an Eastern European car salesman?
No.
Which one of them?
Oh!
Dude, actually, okay, originally, I'm trying to, originally when Walking Warrior and me were thinking of designs, for the Bionicle thing, Burger. We were thinking about using that picture as reference, but we luckily changed to something else.
Actually, I think that there could be a shirt made from this. I could sort of, at some point, hook up my artist and have him make me, literally sell tires.
You have that photo and you put it, and because you have long hair, he puts you on some supermodel body.
Actually, my hair right now is longer because this was I haven't gone to the hairdressers since between this picture was taken and now, so I haven't been to the hairdressers in a long time. My hair should be a lot longer than it is. Holy shit! What the fuck?
You had like a sudden realization.
Yeah, like I haven't been to the hairdressers since like late winter.
But it's fine because it looks. I'm so used to seeing you with long hair that the one way, I don't know which video it was, but when you cut your hair, I was so confused. Like, who is this? what is
Bitch,
this
you don't know about my long hair. I might have a picture of me with long hair.
No, probably not. I've only followed you since you had 60 subs. So.
This was long before I started making YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'm guessing so much. Dude, when are you going to come back to commentate the Civ BR?
I have this is a video. This is a pic. This is like the only long-haired pic that I could find of me really quickly. This is when I was like, I would have been like 18 years old. This is how long my hair used to be. Oh no, you actually can't see it on this. Well, fuck me.
Is that you?
That is me. This.
Wow.
You're a Finn boy.
This, yeah, I look like a Finn.
My, what the internet has done to you.
That shirt looks familiar.
Yeah, this is how long my fucking hair was. So.
Been there.
I used to have hair going all the way down to my my upper back. I used to have like long, like metal hair.
Yeah, I hit mid back.
But then I fucking just got a buzz cut.
No, I can't have long hair. My hair is so thick that once it gets like above 5 centimeters in length, I start to die. Like my head starts to just get so warm. I struggle. I just struggle with doing anything.
Yeah, I get that because my hair is thick too, and I describe it as like at work, it's like wearing a beanie under a hard hat.
Yeah,
it's thick. What the fuck? Come on. I mean, what the actual fuck?
Teen Burger looks like a meatball.
They could have just used an image of Michael Jordan.
Listen.
I mean, everyone in history was black. Come on, guys. Like, let's be real. The blacks, they invented everything.
We was kings.
We was Kangs. We was Vikings and shit.
Oh, don't you fucking go there. Oh.
I don't want to go there, but...
No. I mean, like, as actually someone from Norway, seeing
I know.
fucking guys from the US who's like European heritage and they have like the fucking Viking pics. Fuck off. Nobody likes pagans. Pagans are disgusting.
Hey,
we laugh at them at the street. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying anymore.
Oh motherfucker! I'll show you a picture of me when I was a fucking 14-year-old. This should end my career immediately.
Hey, I could show a picture of myself. I was 14.
This shit, motherfucker!
Oh no!
Look at this kid. I am cancelling my patronage. This was
pagan, a pagan. I meant, by the way, not a pagan, a pagan. Well, yeah.
See, that makes more sense. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Oh yeah, no, pagans. Pagans are degenerates.
All the pagans I've met are pretty good people.
I'd rather have pagans than Christians, to be honest, at this point in Europe.
Nah.
I feel like the Americans can keep Christianity. We're just gonna do pagan shit.
I mean, pagans got better gods.
Nah.
No, they do. Fucking Odin and Thor are fucking awesome, man. Yo, you tell me you wouldn't worship fucking Thor? Thor's an badass. Man, you're lame. I actually have the Poetic Edda. I've been reading it a lot recently. It's really good. A collection of like old Norse stories.
Have you read I've read sagas in Icelandic. I don't want to touch Norse mythology again. Okay.
I really like. I've really been enjoying like Havamal, which is kind of like the words of like the. I guess you could call it like the. It's almost like the 10 Commandments, except it's more than 10, and it's less vague, and it's... Well, I mean, I guess the 10 Commandments aren't really vague, but it's more like just advice on life, and I've been really enjoying it.
Do Icelandic people actually unironically believe in fairies? Like, is that a thing?
Well, I mean, in Iceland, they're... I mean, it yes,
or is it just a meme?
It is a meme. Not
well. No. It's like in the cultural. I guess like in how do I explain it? Like people don't actually believe in it, but it's like you do with Santa, right? You know it's you know something that is
like a cultural thing.
Yeah, a cultural thing.
Because I know that the Icelandic people, they go, oh, we all believe in fairies, much like, I don't know, some Pacific culture. If you don't actually believe in fairies, then you don't really believe in fairies, do you?
Well, it's been
posers.
What does fairy mean to you?
I don't believe in the gays.
Yeah.
Like Justin Trudeau.
Jesus Christ.
I don't believe. They're all a conspiracy theory made by Satan and Obama.
We have to stop this.
I'd believe that over the Bible.
This is also one of your childhood photos, Neo.
What?
Is this looks like a wax figure.
It looks like a character creator from Dark Souls. Like someone's just made that PC. Because it has that droopy face that they always have in Dark Souls.
I want a standalone character creator, like one that just I can do whatever the fuck I want with. Oh boy,
I'm pretty sure that exists. Like...
No, it actually doesn't. I have looked this up. Like a standalone character creator, I would pay full price for this. Not attached to any game, that I can do pretty much anything I want with optimally. Also, that includes sort of race creation tools, like the one from Star Trek. And that, what the fuck?
We live in a society.
Blame society.
We can also blame it, yeah. I mean, he does look like he's about to say the word society.
If you pay attention, this is Florida.
Oh, okay. I am now no longer surprised.
I just love that guy behind him looking through the paperwork, like trying to discover the meaning.
Oh,
it's like, I see this shit a lot, but what?
This is why I don't go to Florida.
Oh shit, it looks like Crown T's YouTube channel is back up.
Yeah, it's been back up for a while.
It got flagged, like, it came back, and then, like, a couple days ago it was flagged for...
It got flagged hardcore, then YouTube decided to uphold the decision, and they didn't tell Crown why. Of having the channel taken down, and then at some point it just stopped being taken down. And they didn't tell them anything. Because it's YouTube, what the fuck did you expect?
Yeah. Well,
that whole shit was fucked up.
At least I can watch his fucking videos again.
I mean, I think the two latest ones aren't up, like the one where he goes after Edgy Sphinx, which is like if there's just one video that you have to watch out of that series, it's that one. Like the other ones,
it's not there. All the other ones are there, just not that one.
The other ones are like, they're entertaining, but also sometimes a bit vicious to the point where like he goes through Aiden Paladin's old failures as a content creator, and I think like, yeah. We all have those. That's like not something that is an argument, strictly speaking, But on the other hand,
I fucking Stephen Mullen you right now, not an argument.
I mean, I can still sort of understand why he's doing this because of the hell he's been through for the past few months. But like, Jesus Christ,
yeah, he's got to be pretty like just pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, I try to imagine how I would feel in his situation, and, I imagine he just feels a lot like rage and just bitterness.
I really hope he just, he now goes back to making videos. He actually has a lot of really good ideas for videos.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to see his, he was talking about, like, he wanted to make videos on how the alt-right is more similar to, Imperialist Japan than Nazi Germany, and I want to see that. That sounds like an interesting one.
Yeah, and I was watching some of his old videos yesterday, and he had like this long list of things he wanted to make, and he had like a curious case of like every single YouTuber ever made, like a curious case of Stephen Molyneux, a curious case of Paul Joseph Watson, all that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of like PJW, for instance. He's you know, he's like the rational person on Infowars.
Which is funny.
Yeah, like I love how and I have a video script lying around that is the truth about the truth, because 100% if anyone makes a video that starts with the truth about, it's gonna be bullshit. But yeah, that's basically where we're at.
That sounds legit.
Are you very far away from your microphone right now?
It sounds like yes.
Yes. Raking down. There's actually a new season of Better Call Saul out, it's very good.
Oh really?
I actually think Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad, like unironically.
I thought it was pretty decent.
It's kind of a different show in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Crowd Deep made a video.
Oh.
No, it looks like it's a...
Yes. Don't leave me hanging. This is a cliffhanger.
Wait.
Yeah, no, it looks like he made a new video.
Yeah, so I was away from my mic.
Come on, what the fuck is this shit? You should put like Jenk's face there.
Yeah, I'll go do that really quick. Hold on.
Of course.
Fucking jank.
Actually, like it's so sad that the Young Turks devolved into.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to unironically watch the Young Turks.
Like sometimes
back in the day.
It was like at some point I was watching the Young Turks, and sometimes they would say something that was like really weird and SJW-ish, and I was like,
but you just kind of put it off. You just ignore it, like, oh.
And now it's the exact opposite. Like it's all weird SJW shit, and sometimes they will make an excellent point.
Sometimes.
By the way, if you guys are wondering what I was talking about with all the video ideas he talked about on his video named The New Political Correct Blasphemy, which is like a year and a half old. He has like this long list he brings up with things he wants to make videos on. And he has a couple of these which I find very interesting, and I'd like him to make, like Russia is not our friend. A video about how Russia is not really the good guy, which some people think.
What? I mean that's...
Who unironically thinks that Russia is the good guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who thinks that? Who thinks
there's
Russia
a lot of like Trumpistas who are like all about that Russia now, because, you know, and of course you're always addressing the weirdest people in that situation. I actually have 210 video scripts lying around, and also I have like I've gotten to a new sorting format, because most of the time when I do a video, it's not something that I've had a script for a while, or that I've had an idea for a while. I'll just wake up and then go, I will make a video about this today. Or the day before that, I'll go to sleep and get really angry about something during the night because I have insomnia, and then I'm gonna do a video about that on the the next day. So even though I have like probably 250 different video ideas hidden in all the sub files of this, I will never make the vast majority of them because I always get new ones. I currently don't know what I'm going to make a video about tomorrow, though. That's unfortunate.
I've done it.
Okay.
It is done.
It's actually even better that he's the guy in the back.
That's fucking perfect.
I love how they actually named themselves the Young Turks. I mean, those are literally the people who did the Armenian genocide. Yeah. And then they have an Armenian host!
She's
so
like
fucked.
The worst person in the world, though, so it's okay.
Yeah. There's like this one video clip of like her at a conference or whatever, and she's like having an argument. At some point, she's having an argument. I think it might be her mom or something, but she's having like an argument with someone in the audience, and they're like speaking at Armenian at one another. I think it had something to do with the fact that they're like called the Young Turks, and like the Armenian person was like getting really pissed off at them. Well, being
it's like them. imagine fucking in like I went to America and started a radio show called The SS.
That literally is what it.
My co-host was Howard Bloom or something.
And then a Jew is like, "Hey, what the fuck? Why did you do this?
Oi Gewalt, my dudes!
Why would you do that?
We don't deny the Holocaust. I mean,
that kind of shit.
I mean, like, maybe, it probably wasn't 6 million. I mean, that's a pretty unrealistic. I mean, it might have been like a couple thousand, maybe.
But that's literally what's happening here,
It was actually 11 million, actually. It wasn't even 6 million.
Yeah, it was 6 million Jews, but, like, there's a lot of other people who also got killed.
Yeah, there's, like, Polish intellectuals and Norwegian, teachers and fucking Polish resistance fighters, a bunch of people. Even just regular
people in Russia as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I was in a concentration camp, and I was standing in the spot where they would have the Russian soldiers who were put in captivity. They'd have them take off their uniforms so they could sort of measure them and then wash them. And they'd go to like a place where they would put like a wooden thing on their head so they could measure how tall they were. And as they stood against the back, somebody would open a flap behind them and shoot them in the neck.
Oh,
efficiency there.
That was holy shit. Like, I stood in that exact spot, and they had no idea what was coming for them. It was fucking dark.
Gives off a creepy vibe, like fucking, animal slaughterhouses, where you make sure the animal doesn't see it when they kill them and so forth. It kind of gives that vibe.
Yeah. I mean, when you really like get into all the terrible shit the Nazis did, you realize just how like absolutely evil those motherfuckers were. Like they were up there with like, I mean,
there's not really many people worse.
Yes,
yeah, I mean,
I don't think there are
in the top 3.
Yeah,
like up there with communist China and fucking the Soviet Union, but I can't really think of.
Like, the thing about, like, communist China and the Soviet Union is that most of the time it's just
mismanagement.
They fucked up so bad that millions of people died.
I mean, they still mass murdered people.
Yeah, they did that, but it was like, we have to do this for, communism. The Nazis just did it because they hated Jews so much. Like, there's like a different kind of hatred that motivated them. Like, no Nazi ever thought, it's so sad that we have to destroy these people because they're destroying National Socialism. Like, probably a lot of communists did. They were just like, this is the race that we have to annihilate.
Yeah, there's a bit more of a personal edge to it, I suppose, like, for them.
Yeah. It's kind of scary to think about how... And that wasn't even 100 years ago.
Nope.
That wasn't even a century ago. It was, there are still people alive today who fucking were around for that shit.
Yep. I have a lot of, God damn it. I worked in what's it called, elder home? Over the summer, and, they always ask, you're studying, what do you study? And I say I study history, and a lot of these people are in their 90s. They don't like history, to say it blunt, lost family and friends, and have scars from the Second World War, from the occupation. So it gets pretty real when you come to those people. Instead of it's one thing to see a video on on a YouTube or have a lecture or anything or reading a book. But when you actually meet the people who lived through it, completely different scenario.
My great-grandfather actually died because he stepped on a landmine on his way to Stalingrad.
That's honestly, he probably go off easy considering what happened to the 6th Army at Stalingrad towards the end.
You know, a lot of people said that, so
like fucking. At least he died quickly, I suppose.
However quick. Yeah, it's kind of a gamble with landmines.
Yeah, where you get dismembered or just die instantly. Yeah.
Good, nice thing we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's difficult when you're like German because to talk about these things. Because when you're like one of the Allied powers, like my grandfather went and killed some Nazis. It's like my grandfather was a Nazi. Like, but I can say that one of my another great grandfather of mine was like a partisan in Poland, and he like snuck up on Nazi patrols and slit their throats. And a different grandfather of mine was a Nazi judge. So
I can say that my great grandfather was, helped with like spreading what do you call it, like papers, like I get Allied propaganda, I guess, and had like 2 radios in their house, which are illegal, by the way. Radios were illegal in occupied Norway, so he was taken by the police or the Gestapo and sat in the police station for like 2 days before he got home. And my grandmother does not. She actually knew German fluently, but because of that incident, she refused to speak it.
God,
she never wanted. She hated Germans the rest of her life.
I mean, it's understandable, but there's some stories from the war that we don't like telling. Like sometimes the Allied soldiers were also a bit fucked up. Yeah, I have this story. This is a story that I hope my girlfriend doesn't kill me for this because this is her story. Like her grandmother, when she was young, she was outside of a German military camp, like on the road to it, because there was some reason why they were there. It's like the little girl and her mother, and there's this long road in an open field, and there was this American plane that shot on this child and her mother. And they threw themselves in a ditch and survived, but like
target practice.
Yeah.
Like it didn't try to hit that military base because it actually probably didn't hit the military base because it was shooting at those 2 people. So yeah,
it doesn't excuse the actions obviously, but pretty much in a big war, there's always going to be bad shit on any side, regardless of ideology or intentions, to be honest. Because soldiers can get out of control and so forth, or just fuck up, I suppose, sometimes.
It's like a place without rules at some point,
Yeah.
Like, I had my house measured for flooring because I was too lazy and I wanted an accurate measurement. And the guy that came and did it, I don't know why, but he thought, hey, this is a great time to bring up politics. So he was like, he started like he put out feeler questions about maybe what my leanings were, and then started talking about, because I was just trying to get him to do his job, so I was just kind of going yeah, okay, yeah. He started going off on how he got kicked out of, or like he didn't make it through boot camp or something like that. But he was like, I was like so excited that I was going to get to go over and kill some people. And I'm like, can you just like measure my floor and go away?
I wonder why he got kicked out of boot camp. Yeah, if the army finds out, well, I guess it depends. Well, most countries, I know at least in Canada anyways, like if they find out that you're joining the army because you want to kill people, they just kick you out. Because they don't want
I mean, you wouldn't really.
Yeah.
You want soldiers that listen to you, and when you say stop killing, you want them to not be killing.
Yeah. Generally, it's you don't want like psychopaths or just assholes in the army, because they can. Well, okay, I know we were talking about psychopaths earlier and those kind of shepherds and shit, but
after he left, I looked at my wife and I was just like, I didn't know what to say at that point. I mean, I get that Texas is a big gun state, but I was just like, I like guns. I like shooting guns, but that guy should not have a fucking gun.
yeah.
I mean, when you straight up admit that you found pleasure in shooting at people, that's what it was. That's what it was. He got kicked out for being drunk or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But he was in Desert Storm, and he was talking about how he got pleasure. Like, he didn't say it like directly like this, but the way he was talking about it was like you could tell that he got pleasure from shooting at people. And I was like, okay. It was that when I realized that, I was like, okay, I'm done talking to this guy because I don't want to say something that makes him go out and get a gun. Because that's just
me
done.
And my family.
I mean, he is in my house. This is not what I want.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
That thing. The biggest fucked up thing about it is he's a subcontractor for Lowe's. And so this is something he does frequently for Lowe's. And then I'm just like, how is no one called Lowe's? And then I thought about it. Oh, they're afraid to call Lowe's.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Oof.
Oh, holy shit.
We've reached the lowest point.
Yeah, I think now that we've also long passed the 2 hours mark, I think we should sort of end this at this point.
Yeah, I was
a good note to end it on.
Yeah, end on a high note.
End on a high note.
Wait, if you watch this stream upside down, we did end on a high note, so I feel like.
I mean, Alex Jones is a fellow Texan, so.
Alex Jones is one of the best living memes. I think Alex Jones should be the president. Could you fucking imagine that?
Oh, that would be
Bohemian Grove.
That's season 2. Maybe season 3.
Alex Jones was a Shank Unger 2020. Let's go.
Oh my god, yes.
Oof.
And then when Alex Jones wins, Cenk Uygur becomes like the opposition head.
Oh,
like the shadow president.
And just first thing you have is you have like Alex Jones coming out and just revealing all the big fucking conspiracy theories the government has been hiding from us, like Area 51 and aliens and actual demons, and like it's all real. Bohemian Grove is actually like a satanic death cult. That would just be the sickest shit.
I mean, I am kind of hoping, if the Democrats don't get their shit together, for Kanye 2020.
Oh,
I think he would win.
Wait, is that an actual thing?
Kanye said he's gonna run in 2024.
Oh my god!
Like, legitimately, and I believe him.
Why not 2020?
This is the beginning.
He's not ready.
Of the end.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to run against Trump. He likes.
This is like when the Roman Empire, when the position of Emperor of Rome was being held for auction. This is the equivalent of that. We're just like celebrities
America, boys.
President.
Oh, this is good.
Rappers.
So I kind of do hope that it becomes more insane, but also I am terrified.
But
I hope he runs.
Remember that the president by himself does not have all the power in the world. So we can only hope that even if the president is a complete loony, you have a Senate that will stop him from deploying nukes in China.
See, that's exactly what I've been trying to tell people that are freaking out about Donald Trump being the president. Yeah, he has a lot of power, but he's not like the supreme power.
I'm
that
not
everybody
afraid
thinks he's gonna be.
of him nuking anyone. I don't think that that's gonna. First of all, I don't think that he would do that. And then, even if he did do that, someone in the chain of command would just say, "No, we are not doing this. That is a fucking stupid idea." Like, you know, this is. I mean, every time that the world didn't nuke itself to death, it was some Russian dude who didn't follow orders. So, but like the thing with Donald Trump is that he just gets, like, the GOP now gets away with doing a lot of fucked up shit because first of all, Trump is just portrayed as the most outrageous person in the universe. And the GOP can just do things that are super fucked up and the media doesn't even talk about it because Trump tweeted on the toilet again.
God bless Donald Trump's Twitter.
Dude, I hope he does videos and stuff. Did you see the one that was an official White House statement on Twitter?
What?
It said official White House statement in all caps.
What did it say?
I don't remember, but it said it was something that actually you would expect to be an official White House statement.
Okay. It was just on Twitter.
Yeah, on Donald Trump's Twitter account. Like, what?
It wasn't even the White House Twitter, it was just Donald Trump's fucking Twitter.
It's like, what the fuck? Oh, I really do not want it to become normal that presidents post. I want all presidents to be on Twitter, but I don't want it to become normal that that is a thing, even though it eventually will become normal, because it's so great that that is happening.
It won't be a special occasion.
It'll keep happening if Kanye becomes president. I mean,
Kanye is gonna be like, "Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, give me money, I'll make you fucking, I'll make you interior or whatever." Do you remember that tweet Kanye did? It was like, "Mark Zuckerberg, why are you using your money on that? You could be supporting the greatest artist of all time," referring to himself.
I love how self-absorbed the guy is.
What the fuck?
And he makes some decent music too. That's the worst.
Yeah, he actually does from time to time release a good track. That's true.
Yeah, like Poopity Scoop.
Poopity Scoop.
Greatest song of our generation.
Okay, we see John Cena semen. I think it's time to stop.
I do concur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you everyone at home for watching this stream. We did actually end on a high note, which is John Cena's semen.
Yeah, greatest ever.
Stop streaming now. Next month, the Fast Food Thursday is very likely not going to be on the first Thursday of the month because I will actually be returning from Spain on that day. So we'll do it on the second Thursday of the month. Because of my, being on vacation and shit.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you all very much for watching, and see you around, cunts.